Hello everybody, this your girl Sharice with another YouTube video. How y'all doing today? So today I want to talk about demo. Yes, demo. First phase of your house, right? Now, when you demo in a property, there's things you can demo and things you probably wouldn't want to demo, and that's going to save you money. Now let me explain. So let's say, for instance, if you have neighbors, you have one neighbor that lives on one side, and then you have another neighbor that lives on the other side. And let's say you have plaster walls, right? So because you have plaster walls and there's no vacancy next door to you, you don't have to tear out that plaster. Now you have exterior walls, which would be where your windows are and your doors are, because that's leading to an exit. They call it exterior walls, right? And if you have a vacant property next door to you, then you have another exterior wall which is vacant. So you have to make sure you installate that one. Okay, so now that we got that part out the way, now let's go into tearing out. So when you come into your property, of course, you want to tear out the old things like cabinets. It all depends on the type of renovation you might be doing as well, because it might be minor renovations you can do where you can keep the cabinets, or you might want to keep the countertop. But I'm just giving you a scenario on if you're doing a total demo, right? So let's say, okay, you demoing your cabinets, you demoing the cabinets, the counters, you're demoing the sinks, you're demoing the floors, you demoing the walls, because maybe you have no one living next door and maybe it's a vacant lot next door. So of course you would want to installate that one. So just either you can flat frame that wall, because and then you won't have to use installation, because the electrician can still run his wires through the 2x4s, which will save you money. Okay, so flat framing is another framing that you can use, and also you won't have to tear out that wall if it is an interior wall, which is still an exterior wall because you have neighbors, if you follow what I'm saying. So because of the neighbors, you don't have to do installation. Okay, but let's say, for instance, if it's a basement, right? If you have neighbors, you installate it. You're not installate, but if you don't have, then you have to installate it, especially if you're closing in the walls. Closing in the walls meaning you're framing it, you're going to installate it, and you're going to sheetrock it. Okay, that's the procedures in that. But also, you put in your electricity that's going through the walls, or maybe even plumbing. It all depends on how your house is made. We can go a little deeper into that later, but I'm just giving you scenarios on demo so you won't have to do that. Let's say, for instance, if you're tearing out a bathroom, right? You might want to take away the old sink, you might want to take away the old toilet, but you might want to leave the tub, because it all depends on if it's a cast iron tub, and those things are valuable. So at the end of the day, you can get it refurbished, and then you can just keep it and use that, right? Some people love those old antique tubs. But anyway, let's say, for instance, if you have old windows, right? And some windows they may lift, some windows they may not. You want to take away the trim molding around the windows, because again, it might have lead paint. It all depends on how old your home is. But yes, so you're looking for the windows, you're looking for doors, molding, things that could carry lead paint. You want to remove that, right? And then you can get a cert for your home, and now your home will be lead free. I hope that I'm giving you a lot of gems here, whereas though you won't get too confused, because again, I'm trying not to confuse you. I'm just trying to give you insight on what you can do and what can save you money. Now, let's say on your ceilings. Of course, your ceilings you want to installate. You might want to tear your ceilings down, and you might not. And the reason why I say you might do is because the ceilings could be plaster, which is old. And some people, we use those recess lights. So, recess lights, trying to insert them into plaster walls is kind of tough, because once they start peeling and cracking, it's really like purposeless. It's going to look ugly. So anyway, you want to just tear it out, get you some nice fresh sheetrock, and installate your new recess lights. Okay, but if you tear down the ceiling, then you got to installate it, because you know, inspectors that require you to installate. Let me see, especially if it's like an attic upstairs or if it's a roof. Now, your first floor, your basement, you don't have to installate that. And your second floor, you can installate that because that can actually keep your home even more airtight. But some people do it, some people don't. Now, I'm just saying, it's your choice. You can save you some money or you can spend some money. Now, let's see, as far as the demo go. Now, stairs, you can actually demo stairs and you can shift them, meaning you can have an open concept. Now, you got to be mindful of the structural beams in your walls, because at the end of the day, that's to hold up the level of the floor. If that's the case, then you can use LVL beams. LVL beams is what's used to hold up the structure, and they made specifically for holding heavy loads. Okay, we can get further into that later, but I'm just giving you areas on what you want to do. Scenarios on what you can do. Now, I'm hoping that I'm making this clear to y'all, because again, I'm just trying to give y'all some gems, and I'm trying to save y'all some money, so that therefore, with the tear out, some people think, oh, I'm just going to take out everything. Now, when you start taking out everything, it's the more money it's going to cost you to reinstall those things. So you kind of stay mindful and you look for key things that that is really like trash. You got old doors that got dents, maybe got holes in it. Trash. You might got your floors where they scratched up. They might be missing pieces. They might be, pissed on from animals. It could be a lot of different scenarios, and you can't get that smell out, so you want to just rip it out, take it away. Okay, so now you might do a demo where you left with all joists. You want to make sure your joists is they don't have infestation of termites, because then you got to tear that out. Now you got to make sure you don't have mold, because then you got to tear that out, right? And those are normally in wet areas or even on doors and windows, right? So you want to kind of look for those things. I'm hoping I'm giving y'all a rundown of a lot of things as far as demo go, even if you're doing the roof, right? If you're doing the roof, and maybe let's say when you're looking at the trusses inside of your ceiling, because they up there in the ceiling, if you tear down your ceiling, you're going to see your joists and you're going to see your trusses for the roof, right? Sometimes you don't necessarily have to take those joists out. You can just sister them, meaning butt them together. And then that way, you don't have to take it out. And then you can still get your inspection passed, because as long as your structure is sound, it's stable, it's strong, so that way you won't have to worry about things caving in, because especially for a roof. Because if it snows, then snow is heavy. So you don't want the snow to make your roof fall in, and then now here it is, you living inside the house and your roof cave in on you, right? And if there's a bad storm, you don't want your roof to fly away. So you want to make sure it's structurally sound. Now, I'm believing that I'm giving you a lot of gems, like old fences and stuff like that. You already know, you can see that. You can tell that if it need to be ripped out and replaced. But yeah. This is just your girl Sharice from Be More. Please like and subscribe on this channel and share this information, because again, it helps me build and grow, and I'm just trying to give you guys the gems that y'all can start to look for and start to understand and build a system for yourself, so that therefore when you go into the renovation process, you got it. Holla back at your girl. Click the like button, subscribe, share my channel. I'm here for you. Click the link below.